Martin.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, who is Martin? And how did Martin end up here in a small, tiny little island?
Yeah. Quite the rabbit hole, as they say. Well, I came to Madeira at the end of 2023 for an IT project. But I've always been interested in wines, and obviously living on Madeira got me introduced to Madeira wines, of which I knew just a very little bit. One time in my life I was a chef, so I knew how to make a Madeira sauce, but that was as far as my knowledge about the wine went. I was interested in Madeira wines in general, and I'm a fanatic podcast listener. So I searched for a podcast about Madeira wine, and I found one in Dutch, which was quite surprising to me, because I'm Dutch, but there was nothing in English or Portuguese. I mean, Portuguese was nothing for me because I cannot understand Portuguese, but still I was surprised not to find anything in that direction. So I started listening to that podcast and found out that the author was Dutch and wrote actually a book about Madeira wines, which I then obviously, after listening to 3 or 4 podcasts, wanted to buy from him. Things went wrong with ordering the book, so we got in personal contact, and then I started chatting with him about Madeira and how about the book, how long has he been selling it and so forth, and how did he create it, and it turned out that he just sold a couple here and there on the island, and actually he was just selling the books in Holland because he lives in Holland. That, well, maybe it's something for me to start doing for you.
I presume that's when you had the idea of starting to publish the book?
Exactly. Also helped by the fact that my companion in the IT project, why I came here in the first place, also is a publisher. He's been running Monstera Books for a couple of years, which is totally focused on economical, financial books in that category. So
something completely different in this.
Completely different. And so I thought, well, what do you think of the idea to do something more, in the cultural category? And he said, yeah, great, let's do it. We researched a little bit of titles of Madeira wine in general, what books were there already. Turned out that there's quite a few, but most of them are quite old,
yes,
relatively speaking. This book is from 2023. We actually made an update already for 2025, so that is practically done. So we could push the publishing button rather soon in the near future to come up with a new batch of next editions. One thing just led to another. It's just the love of a good glass of wine, in this case Madeira wine, that led to this side project. So that's why.
And this is your first book you're publishing?
This is the first book that I'm publishing, yes.
Any new projects for the future, any new books you're thinking of publishing?
Actually, you inspired me to with that little book about the levadas.
Yes.
And it's very coincidental that one of my local friends here from Madeira has the same surname as that writer. So I asked him, is that family by any chance of yours? He said, yes, it is family. So I asked him to ask Raimundo Quintal if he might be interested to have a chat about, a next edition, a new edition. So
that would be fantastic, actually.
So that's just coincidental thing as things happen in life. You just go with the flow, and then things happen. So we'll see how that works out. But if you would be open for it, and we can make, let's say, a viable business case out of it, why not?
That would be very good, because as I told you when I was talking about those books, they are very, very out of date.
Yeah.
And
2008.
Yes, yes. And it would actually be a very good idea to have a revised edition, because obviously new levadas have been repaired, and they're doing it now, and it's a compliment for our culture as well.
Absolutely. And there seems to be still a demand for those books.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. So that's actually quite surprising in this digital age with apps and devices. And so on.
True, but there's a lots of tourists that come here looking for the books. They actually prefer the books than the apps.
Yeah, there's still a big use case for it.
Yes,
absolutely.
Martin, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And we'll see you at the book fair, where we will have the book on sale from the 20th of March to the 6th of April.
Yes, I'll be there for sure.
In Avenida Arriaga, and we also have the book in sale here at the shop.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obrigado.